Okay, we are mid New York session. I want to talk through my process that has elevated my trading more than anything. And it's less about the charts, more about the actual process and the system that I follow coming to each session. So it enables me to stick to my strategy. So a winning strategy is required, an edge. Once we have that, everything else gets in the way. So psychology, everything kind of gets lumped into psychology, and we can spend a lot of time focusing on that. I found with me that it really wasn't, well, it was a psychological issue for years. For a good 2 years, my psychology was just out of whack. Then once I took a break and then I came back, my psychology had calmed down. It was in a better position. And then I realized it was a systems issue. So it was a really, it can be simplified to a showing up issue. Am I going to be at the screen 5 days a week in my session in a calm state with a process to follow? And what I mean by that is if this, then that statement. So if this happens, then I will do this. If that happens, then I will do that. So it removes all ambiguity, all ambiguity really is a word. All subjectivity. So anything like, "Ooh, shall I enter here? Shall I?" No, it's this is when I'm entering. I write it down, and then I'm in a calm state. So I'm just waiting for that to happen. So I'm gonna hop in now and talk you through the actual process and what it looks like. So currently waiting for two positions. So UJ longs and dollar shorts. So let me come out here so we can have a proper look. Talk you through them really quickly. So UJ shorts, sorry, UJ longs. So this is the position that I've been in for the last 5 days now, and I'm looking to add a re-entry. So for this entry, I'm not sitting here thinking, okay, when am I going to go in? I've marked out exactly what I'm looking for, and then I pop it into my system here. This is a different system. Let's come onto the dashboard. So this is the FX dashboard. So I have the two positions that I'm looking at here and here. Let's put it up. So this is UJ. So what level I'm looking for my entry signal at. This is the lower time frame view. And then I have my take profit level up here. So my take profit is 180% expansion. And then this is the H4, so the higher time frame screenshot, just so I can have everything in my mind there. And then so this is my if this then that statement. So I come in and I punch in what's currently happening, what do I need to see to take a trade. So I need to see the hourly closure over the 13 AMA plus the RSI across the green on the TDI. That's what I'm waiting for. If that happens, I will enter. What will invalidate this trade? If we break H4 structure. So then if I enter the trade, then I'll come in here, talk through my emotions. What must I keep at the forefront of my mind as a trade runs? So just making sure that if price pulls back, I have this foundation and this logic to hold on to. Like, this is why I entered the trade. And that's why now I can hold positions for, as I said, 4 days. Like, look at EU. It's been an absolute roller coaster. Been in and out of drawdown so much. And it's been, honestly, it's relatively unfazed me. Unfazed is a bit of a stretch, but like, I'm in this trade for 11 days now. That's unheard of for me before. I could never hold a trade, even for 24 hours. I would wake up in the middle of the night, just check the charts multiple times, setting alarms. Now I'm just a chill guy. But honestly, like, I can hold this trade for as long as it's required until it either hits my stop or my take profit. Um, because I'm following the process. So I'm focusing on the process, not profits. And if you listen to the last video, I'm repeating myself, but really this is it. It's just simplifying it down to following the process, having the process so that it's clear what we're actually looking at. So let's look at EU. So when I come into my system, I come into the lab. So I have my, where is it? Lab here. So a new week, and then here. So same thing again. What entry am I looking at? Lower time frame, take profit level. Higher time frame screenshot. So verbal. So this is the visual. And then I come and fill out the verbal. So we're currently sitting above this daily level. When I put in a peak formation high, peak formation low, I'm looking to take out the 2024 lows. Fundamental update, the Eurozone is weak and the dollar is strong. If this, then that. So then this is the most important part for me. So just give a little summary as to what's happening. So prices come up in London, taking out the liquidity, just talking myself through the logic as to what's actually going on. So we have a H4 TDI entry signal, formed an M on the EMAs, and we're approaching the daily level to the downside. What do I need to see to take a trade? So this is the if this then that. So if this happens, if I see a 1 hour inducement and engulfment, I will enter. If we don't, I need to see a strong engulfment on the 1 hour. Ooh, strong engulfment on the 1 hour. Ideally in line with the clock. And then if I enter, what is my exit point? 2024 lows, and a little description of why. So now I know when I come to the chart, okay, so we are 3 minutes, no, we are 17 minutes away from an hourly closure. So I know for the next 17 minutes, I'm not going to be doing anything. So I'm waiting to see if we get an hourly closure below this level, below the 13 EMA. If we don't get that, I am staying out. Same with this. I want to see this RSI on the TDI cross the green line. Ideally then crossing over an EMA here. So until we get that, I'm out of the market. I am waiting. And it just means that trading it's so much more peaceful, more relaxing. I can sit here for 3 hours, know what I'm looking for. If it's there, I enter. If it's not, I don't. And that clarity is what has been required to enable me to, like, I passed my funding challenge with 0 losses. That's not like 0 losses. It's not. After that, then went 2 back-to-back losses. But throughout the whole process of 5 wins in a row, then 2 losses in a row, being able to, so that before would have broken me. If I forget about the 5 wins, if I had lost 2 trades in a row, showing up the next day, I couldn't do it. It was like this thing was just, I didn't want to look at the charts. I couldn't bring it's like I've been punched in the stomach because I was tying my own self-worth to the trades as opposed to just following the process. So every time I lost a trade, I would feel like personally attacked, like, fuck, I was wrong. Like my ego would literally get hurt. And it just meant that I couldn't show up the next day after a loss because I felt like I was a failure. I felt like I'd been beaten up. Whereas had that happened here, I lost on Thursday. If I didn't enter this trade, if I didn't show up on Friday, I wouldn't be sitting in all of this profit, and then had the courage to scale in. And I'm looking for a third entry, a third scale in, because it's logic based. But yeah, if I was still viewing it as I'm either right or I'm wrong, then I would never have been able to take these trades, and I wouldn't be in the position that I'm in now, and my trading wouldn't be going the way it's going now. So, do you want to hit home on that? That this isn't us. Like we just have to. No, we don't have to do anything. It's in our best interest to find out what the most simple and clear set of rules we can follow is. Find out if it has an edge. That's good enough. Like even if it only has a 55% win rate, that's good enough if you execute it relentlessly. Show up every day and execute. Of course, we would ideally want a higher win percentage, and it's very, very doable. But just hitting home on the fact that it's the clarity and the following the process and not associating the wins and losses with myself. So I'm still not there, but I'm now being able to show up again after losses, and I'm now able to hold trades. I put a big part of it down to just this system here, like clearly outlining what my criteria for entering are. When I enter the trade, then talking myself through it. Okay, how did I feel as the trade materialized? Now that I'm in the trade, so am I getting that heart rate feeling that is kind of telling me I shouldn't be in this trade, or I'm in too big, or I've entered prematurely, or I've entered late, or something? And what must I keep at the forefront of my mind? And then really, it's just forgetting about the trade as much as I can, just going about my life, not checking the monetary amount. So I'll check the charts, but I won't check the monetary amount, because like here, floating like up 1.2k, and then here back to like £300 or something like that, $300. And that was the one time that I checked it. The one time. The few times that I check it, it's when it affects me more. So throughout the whole process of the majority of this trade, I had no idea how much I was up. Then when we approached this level, I checked it. And then as we pulled back, I checked it again. And that, I could feel the impact on my emotions. Whereas all in here, I was in big drawdown here, and I didn't look at it. So I never felt it. It wasn't real. I was just trusting the process. Um, so yeah, little quick summary: having a process to follow, simplifying rules as much as possible, and then not associating our own personal worth with our trade outcomes. So these two losses, I would take them again. I followed my system, and being able to say that, being able to say I would take this trade again, removes so much. It's liberating to say no matter what happens in this trade, even if it's a loss, I will take this trade if it presents again. That means the outcome doesn't matter. It's like, I'm gonna hit this trade. It is my system. 1350 cross, 5200 cross, W on the EMAs, boom, I'm hitting that trade. 1350 cross, 5200 cross, M structure on the EMAs, hourly engulfment, boom, I'm hitting that trade. It's the same trade, and I'm not associating the wins or the losses with me, and it's really, really helping. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm still waiting. So 11 minutes till this hourly closure. So if we do get our engulfment on the hour closing below the EMA, then I will enter. And similarly with UJ, I'm staying out until this line here crosses the green line. So we form a W on the TDI, and then we cross over the EMA here. If that happens, I'll enter, and I will not be associating my personal worth with the outcome. Cool. That's pretty much it. Catch you guys soon.